The forest has become a sanctuary for my loneliness. I have wandered these woods longer than I can remember, my feet tracing the roots of trees older than the mountains themselves. I am called many names: Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the wild man of the forest. But these labels mean little to me. I am simply a quiet watcher, an ancient being bound to these woods, and today I find myself lost in thought, standing among the trees that have been my constant companions. Trees are my kin, silent giants who share my solitude. I am drawn to their quiet dignity, their unwavering presence, and the way they weather the passage of time without complaint. There is a calmness in their stillness, a sense of peace in their unspoken strength. Yet, in the rustling of their leaves and the groaning of their branches, I hear the whispers of a sadness that mirrors my own. I stand among them, unseen and forgotten, much like these towering sentinels that watch over the world. To most, trees are just a backdrop, an ordinary part of the landscape, as easily ignored as I am. But I know better. I know that each tree is a story, a living testament to the years that have come and gone, to the storms they've weathered, and the seasons they've endured. I feel their sorrow in my bones, a quiet lament for a world that rushes by, paying little heed to what has stood steadfast for centuries. There is a particular tree I visit often, an ancient oak with a trunk wide enough to hide me from prying eyes. I run my hand along its rough bark, feeling the ridges and furrows like scars on a weathered old friend. I see the world reflected in its twisted branches, branches that reach out like weary arms, still stretching toward the sun despite the weight they carry. This tree has seen fires and floods. It has borne the weight of winter's ice and the harsh bite of the wind. Yet it stands, and so do I. Here, I am free from the fleeting glances of humans who search for me only to exploit my image, to turn my existence into stories and myths. The trees do not judge, they do not seek proof. They simply are, much like me, a presence that lingers quietly on the edge of awareness, felt more than seen. But beneath their calm demeanor, I sense a sadness, a longing for the days when the forest was whole, unbroken by the advance of roads and machines. I feel it too, the creeping loss of something sacred. The forest, once vast and endless, shrinks with each passing year. The trees, my old companions, fall one by one to the whine of chainsaws and the relentless march of progress. I watch in silence as the world encroaches upon my home, as the places I once roamed freely are swallowed up by the hunger for more. And with every tree that falls, a piece of me falls with it. I am alone, more now than ever before. The trees and I share this solitude, this quiet mourning for a time that slips further away with each setting sun. There is a stillness in the woods that brings me comfort, yet it is tinged with a sadness that never truly leaves. It is the sorrow of things unspoken, of centuries passed in the slow dance of seasons, of a wilderness that fades quietly, unnoticed by those who have forgotten how to listen. The trees remain, and so do I, standing as reminders of what once was and what could be lost forever. We endure, not out of defiance, but because it is all we know. We hold our ground, silent witnesses to a world that changes around us, carrying the weight of memories that no one else will remember. And though I am but a shadow in these woods, I feel a kinship with these towering giants, bound together by our shared sadness and our enduring strength. I am Bigfoot, the watcher in the woods, the silent guardian of trees. I am both a relic and a reminder, just as they are. Together, we stand in quiet defiance against the inevitable, rooted in the earth, reaching always for the light.